what we're looking for. And we have that. And we're going to be looking to gain some insight from some leaders.
Dr. Nichols, this is Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, I still have a position open that pays $16 an hour that does this stuff. Like they go out and do these cleanups 4 days a week. So if you know anybody, if you have anybody who's interested in doing a part-time job and getting paid to drive around a county truck and pick up litter and debris, please have them reach out to me, and I'll put them on top of how to apply for it. So this job's been open for months and I'm trying to fill it. So
yeah, I know, Sam, I know you've been trying to fill that for quite some times. And in addition to that, that's fantastic. However, we still want to get other entities involved and engaged. That one person, Pine Hills is a large, area. And that one person, with the amount of traffic on these major corridors in our area, we're going to need multiple areas of support to help us. And I appreciate that. And thank you for sharing that information.
At Commissioner Moore's meeting for North Pine Hills, the same thing was discussed. And we feel that we have to clean up. So that's reinforcement right there.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Patricia.
We are now live. We're going to officially start the meeting. So, but Ken, you're on if you want to say something with the NID today, later on. And please mention that again and put in the chat how they can contact you or send me something as for it in writing so I could post it on our Facebook and put it in our newsletter as well. And just quickly before the meeting starts, which we have officially started, I did see the snipe guy today picking up signs. He was picking up signs on Clare Corner Court Road and Powers Drive, which is great to see someone out picking up all those signs that's really are illegal for those vendors to put out. So that's that. So I'm going to officially call this meeting to order. Thank you, everybody. And the time is 6:33. We're going to officially call the meeting to order. And I'm going to share my screen here. And this is I'm going to ask that before we get started, that everyone would please put your computer, your monitor on mute so that we won't be able to hear your phone ring. I'll make sure that I put my call on mute as well, my phone on mute as well. And ask that you would share this presentation because there's going to be information there that you're going to want someone to have heard about it. And you may not be able to explain it to them the way that you heard it tonight. But if you share this presentation, go to our Pine Hills Community Council Facebook, Pine Hills Community Council Facebook, and begin to share. If everyone on this call would share, then we'll get a whole more audience hearing what's going to be presented tonight. So thanks again for joining in. And this is our agenda for tonight. You can't see that well. Hold on for a second. Let me just stop sharing for a second. We'll do this, just give me a moment. I'm gonna X out of here. I want to be able to, okay, view. This is what I'm gonna do, review. I want to be able to view. Sharing it, design. This is not what I want, slideshow. I should have done this before I open up. Let's try this one more time, view. Let's just go to Zoom, see what happens there. That's not it. Okay, I'm out of here because I should have done this before I set this up. There we go, reading view. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm making a mess. Sorry about that, good people. Everyone is there? Okay, open this back up. So anyway, so this is our agenda for tonight. This is my agenda for tonight. We're going to open up in the call to order. We did that. Prayer and pledge of allegiance. And then we'll do the welcome, approve of the minutes, the treasury report, and the president report. So I see Pastor Joey is on. Pastor Joey, can you open us up with our prayer and pledge of allegiance, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Pastor Joey.
Well, let's pray.
Well, Lord, we thank you for being so great and so mighty and so awesome. And we thank you for this opportunity to come together and speak on the issues of the Pine Hills community, God, and the betterment of it. And Lord, we just pray, God, that as we go forth in this meeting, God, that we be led by you, God, that everything that we do, everything that we say, God, it will be approved by you and your blessing be upon it. We thank you for everyone that's participating. We thank you for the ones that are coming in and the ones that are putting their hands to work. God bless them. Bless this meeting in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Joey. So let's move to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. Well, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Again, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming and joining us tonight for our Pine Hills Community Council meeting. If this is your first time joining us at the Pine Hills Community Council, let us know that. Put that in the chat so we could properly recognize you and say thank you for coming. The Pine Hills Community Council, for those here for the first time, we are a 501c4 nonprofit, nonpartisan civic organization. So we don't take any party lines, but we focus our interests for the interests and the concerns of the Pine Hills community. And we take those interests and concerns to our local, state, and national government to make sure that all of Orange County is a safe place to live, work, and pray and play, and pray also. And play also. So again, welcome. I noticed we have a couple of the, maybe not elected officials, but a couple of elected official representatives that's here on the line already. If you're here, would you recognize yourself that is here? We have a representative from our Congressman Val Dimmon's office. Ms. Peggy, are you still on the line?
I am. Good evening, everyone. This is Peggy Gustavo, Congresswoman Demings. I'm her district outreach coordinator, and just wanted to thank you for this invitation, as always, to be part of this meeting and to hear the concerns and matters of concern to all the residents in Pine Hills. So look forward to a great meeting and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. We got Artina Green from our Representative Camille Brown's office.
Hi, everyone. As Patricia said, I'm Artina Green with Representative Brown's office. She would love to be here. However, we're in session right now, and so she's in Tallahassee. And we look forward to everything that has to be said tonight and having a good meeting.
Thank you. And we have Ms. Landra Warmack from our Orange County Tax Collector, Scott Randolph's office.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Patricia, and the Pine Hills Community Council. You all have gotten so much recognition over the last few months, and I'm just so proud to say that I have been with you all from the beginning. And Scott Randolph absolutely loves the work that you're doing and will always be a supporter, and look forward to hearing from Valencia College. And Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there anyone else that's here that's on the line that from our elected officials office? Okay, make sure that you share this. So our next item on the agenda is the president report. I don't have a president report at this time, just to let you know that, again, thanks new members that has joined the council, and want to invite everyone to really stay engaged in what's going on in the community, because we're all in this together. And thanks again for joining us tonight. So according to our agenda, the next thing up is our Orange County Sheriff report. I'm not sure if someone from the Sheriff Department is here. Dr. Ela, anybody from the Orange County Sheriff Department is here. There's a lot going on today. So I'm not sure if they will have time to break away I'm trying to share this thing. Share. So I'm sure they have the hands full with those two incidents that occurred in the Pine Hills area. I really don't want to rehash it, but there's two incidents that's occurred in the Pine Hills area. The shooting of the 78-year-old that was murdered. And then today there was another incident in the city of Orlando off North Lane. And there was an officer involved incident where there was no shooting involved, there was no taser involved, but during the arrest, the suspect died. So that's still up on investigation as to the cause of death. So I'm sure they got their hands full. Let me backtrack because I forgot something. I forgot to do the approval of the minutes and the approval of the treasury report. So Bettina, for those that had a opportunity to review the minutes, I reviewed them and I did not see any necessary corrections. Any other board members had a chance to review the minutes? Anybody?
Yeah, I looked at it and so forth. I saw nothing.
Can we get a motion to adopt the minutes?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Vance, their second.
I
Ken
second that.
second. Okay, thank you. Second by Ken. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. There are no opposes. Thank you very much. So the minutes has been approved. The treasury report,
Okay.
when the first falls on a Tuesday, on our day of our meeting,
Oh, Lord.
it's a delay in getting the treasury report
Mhm,
because we cannot get into the bank statements until the first.
mhm.
So Ms. Van rushed, not rushed, but she did all she could to get this treasury report together. And
Mhm.
so I don't have it before me. So Ms. Van, you can either walk us through it or we can wait until next month to approve the treasury report because I don't have it before us.
Okay, yeah, I sent it to you so you could put it up. So I don't know how else we can do this without, I gather if you share,
Hold on, let me see if I can do something here. If you ask me, I don't like fooling around with this Facebook a whole lot
Mhm.
when I'm doing Zoom.
Okay, then we can just wait.
Yeah,
Um,
because
I'll
Yeah.
move that we make the treasurer's report for next month.
Yeah, we can wait till next month.
thank you very much.
I second.
Thank you very much. So the next item on our agenda is to listen to some of our partners. Again, I said Orange County Sheriff, they're not here. I have Sam Weekly down as a partner, and so is the Evans High School Community Schools. So Sam Weekly, who's the Executive Director of the Pine Hills Neighborhood Improvement District. Sam?
Hey, Patricia, sorry, I had to step away for a minute. What was your question?
It wasn't a question. We have you down as a partner.
Okay.
And during this time, we give partners opportunity to give announcement or to say what's going on in that area. And Pine Hills Neighborhood Improvement is one of the council's partner. So you want to share anything or either talk about that position that you referred to earlier?
Yeah, sure. So we have a meeting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, regular scheduled first meeting of the year. We are also going to have Dr. Carolyn to come and do the presentation that she's going to do tonight for us. So that's going to be a great, we're also going to be talking about social media. We're going to be working on a new social media campaign that's going to be Pine Hills wide. That will eventually, once we've developed it and started doing production on different spots, it'll go out on all of Orange County's social media and media platforms. So it'll likely be a once a month type content where we'll develop something once a month and the communications will produce it and we'll push it out that way. So it won't just be the NID, it will be Pine Hills wide. So we're going to be discussing that tomorrow morning at our meeting. And finally, yeah, that we do have an open position that before we started this meeting, we were talking about litter and debris and the Pine Hills corridors. And I still have a position that's been available. It's been open for months, literally months. And I've promoted it via our newsletter. I've done everything I can do. I think it's either $15 or $16 an hour, and it's a part-time job. So up to 40 hours a week. And the only real qualifications are that you have a valid driver's license and insurance. And, all you do is drive around and pick up debris and litter like what we were talking about. So I'm still hiring for that position. So if anybody's interested or knows someone who is interested, please don't hesitate to have them reach out to me, and I will put them on top of how to apply for it.
Dr. Nichols has her hand raised.
Hey,
Dr.
Sam,
Nichols?
yes, Sam, thank you for sharing that. Do you have that in an advertisement or job format? I'd like to share it on my pages, Twitter, social, LinkedIn, wherever I can, to try to help as much as possible get the word out, because it's definitely needed. So if you have it, if you can share it, please.
Yeah,
by email.
it's on Orange County's career website, and it's at the very last. I think there's like 5 or 6 pages currently once you log on of different positions that are open, and it's called Neighborhood Improvement Tech. So Neighborhood Improvement District Tech. So it's really easy to find. Just scroll to the very last page and it's there, and you can apply online, and because of how very few applicants have applied, if someone applies pretty soon, they'll likely get an interview pretty quickly. So
Okay, thank you for that. I'll take a look at it.
Very good, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. We don't have anyone from Evans here, so we'll just move on to our next item on the agenda. I'm going to move up to a new business, and our new business is our guest speaker here. And Dr. Carolyn, I do not have a bio on you, so it is all on you. We're all here to hear about the Valencia Accelerated Program, and I need to make a correction. When I ran the flyer through, I said that this program is this accelerated school is located in Pine Hills, and it is not located in Pine Hills. It's located adjacent to Pine Hills or nearby Pine Hills. So, but it's just a stone throw away.
Yeah, we're right there.
So thank you for being here today, and thank you, and you have the floor now.
Can you give
Do I
me?
need to share my screen?
Yeah, if you can
make you co-host.
Yeah, make me a co-host. That would be great.
Perfect. Yes, it will be great for me too. Perfect. Okay, I have made you co-host.
Okay, great. And let me go to.
I was looking for the same thing, how to make this one screen.
Well, I got to just move that one thing, I think, and then go to slideshow. Okay, there we go. So I'm so excited. Patricia, and for those of you, Ken, I know you were on the last call I was on, and Sam, you're going to get to hear me again tomorrow. So I apologize for repeating it, but I think this is such a great message. And I'm just so honored that you guys have invited me in and given me this opportunity. So here's the landscape. I wanted to show you where we're located. We're located on, this is one of 5 centers, first of all. They're located in Orange and Osceola County. Those are the 2 counties that Valencia serves. And this is our brand new 27,000 square foot facility that's on W.D. Judd Drive. And so if you know, that's in between Mercy Drive and John Young Parkway is kind of where that's located. And we're in the Princeton Oaks Warehouse District, which is kind of different, but we just opened a brand new facility in August. And what we are doing in this facility and the other facilities that I mentioned is we started this journey about 6 years ago of offering what we call accelerated skill training programs. Traditionally, people think of Valencia as an AS degree or an AA degree, and we do have some baccalaureate degrees that we offer at the college. But a lot of people in our community either don't really want to get a degree, or they don't know about Valencia having multiple pathways to get people into a high wage, high demand job. And so that's what my team focuses on. Currently, we have 17 programs that we offer in the 2-county area, and we're working consistently with employers to help them find these really high quality employees. And so let me see if I can make it go there. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what an accelerated skill training program is. It has 4 components. First of all, the word accelerated means it's short. So our shortest program is our CDL truck driving program. And no, those are not my trucks that are parked in Pine Hills. We do this training at West Campus, so I can assure you they're not my trucks. But our CDL truck driving program is our shortest program. And then our longest program is our industrial maintenance technician program. 22 weeks sounds like a long time, but that's 5.5 months. And so if you think about just making a 5.5 month investment to really upskill your life and your skill set, it's game changing. The other thing that all of these programs that we offer have are nationally recognized credentials for industry. And so when you go into an employer, you can show them all the industry certifications that you've had the opportunity to learn, to earn. And that really means a lot to both the employer, but also the student. It gives the student a lot of confidence, but it also lets the employer know what you know and what you can do. 80% of what we do in these classrooms is hands-on. We target unemployed, underemployed. We try to attract women to construction and manufacturing. We serve our veterans. We work in a lot of different settings with a variety of different people. And 80% of what we do is the hands-on format. Our students don't want to sit there and be lectured to. So we do share some content because we have to, that's what we do. But then we immediately get them into the lab. And I think that this is one of the things that's so game changing about our programs. If you think about a student perhaps that dropped out of high school, the last thing they want to do is sit in a room and be lectured to. And that's just not what they're about and how they're going to learn. And so this 80% model really does help our students. And then finally, we collaborate very strongly with industry. We invite industry into the classroom. On day 2 of our electronic board assembly program, Lockheed Martin is in the classroom telling the students about the jobs at Lockheed Martin. Publix, Walmart, all types of major organizations are coming in. The city of Orlando just came into our IT class. And so we really pride ourselves on bringing the employers into the classroom. Something I want you to know is that we use a cohort model, so everybody works together, which is really powerful. And our average class size is around really about 12, I would say is the average class size. So these are not big classes. They're going to get a lot of hands-on attention. So these are all the programs that we have. I mentioned we have 17 to date, and they circle in 5 major areas. So when I'm out in the community working with people about careers and opportunities, I find it really interesting that a lot of people don't even know about the major industries that exist in Central Florida. We know about hospitality, but you won't see hospitality here. I think hospitality jobs are great, but I have a standard that our team has to adhere to, that jobs have to pay at least $15 an hour or higher. And most of our jobs right now are paying anywhere from $18 to $20 an hour for starting salaries. So the job clusters that are available in Central Florida that we target are manufacturing, construction, distribution, logistics and supply chain, healthcare, and information technology. The programs that I put in red are the ones that we teach at WD Judd Drive, so that you can see the ones that we actually have there now. We have a carpentry program and an apartment maintenance program that are starting next week, and there's still seats available. We also have a distribution operations program that's starting tomorrow, and we could still get students into that. We have a new program that's starting real soon called our Certified Forklift Technician program, and we're super excited about that. And then you can see some of the other programs that we have going on. I think it's really important that we help people in our community. I feel like sometimes people just fall into a job and they don't really fall into a career. And so what we want to do is make sure that we help people understand about the great careers that exist out there. Right now, all of these programs are in high demand. And when the demand is high, so is the hourly wage. So that's something that's really important.
I'm getting feedback. If Sharon, you just signed on, can you please put your phone on mute, please? Thank you.
I also just wanted to mention, just for general knowledge, in addition to our 5 centers that we have around Orange and Osceola County, we also do training inside the Orange County Jail For over 3 years,
good.
we've actually been training inmates in construction before they are released from the Orange County Jail. The national recidivism rate for people coming out of jail is 64%. Our students have a 34% recidivism rate, which means that half of them are not going back to a life of crime. And we have won, the jail has won multiple awards for the program. We have too, and we're just very committed to reentry work and second chance work for our students. Again, I wanted to share with you, obviously you can see number 5 is the center that I'm telling you about, but I also want to let you know that we have a tiny center that is on Pittman Street, which is downtown Orlando. It's right behind the Marriott. We have 2 programs that happen at that particular center. It's literally within walking distance of Paramore. And all of our students at Valencia get a Valencia ID, and they get a Lynx bus pass that they get to use for free for 1 year. So
Wow.
every student that comes to Valencia gets this opportunity. We also are really happy to have this new facility and so close to Pine Hills. We hope between the bus pass and it being in their neighborhood, it makes them feel more safe to come, and the bus pass will help overcome that barrier of transportation that a lot of students have. And it's about creating access for the students. The other thing you might be wondering is, well, that's great you have these programs, but I'm sure there's tuition, and how do I overcome that barrier? And right now, because of all the funding that is coming down from the federal government, from the state government, I also have a lot of private grants. 95% of my students do not pay for their class. I just need them to come in. I need them to fill out the applications, work with our recruiters, and we will help them to find funding, whether it's through Career Source, Community Action, again, a lot of private organization grants, Pepsi, Bank of America. There is just so much opportunity right now. And I just can't stress enough what a golden opportunity this is for people to get these high wage skills and have no debt when they leave college. And the final thing that I would tell you is that we have job placement services built into every single program. So students are going to leave our programs with a professional resume. They're going to have interview skills, financial literacy skills, and most of our students have multiple job offers before graduation. 95% of our students complete our programs, and 82% of our students are placed in field. So we have great success, and we know that the secret sauce is bringing everything together. I was taking furious notes with all the community partners tonight because, you know, when a student has a need, it's really great to know who in the community can help that student. But we are 100% committed to helping them have a better life. And I just wanted to share some information with you just in general. So our year starts July 1 and goes to June 30th. But for 2021, which was a COVID year, we served 804 students. Normally, the 2 years before that, our student serving rate was about 420, 425. And last year, we almost doubled the number of students that we served. And that was because of COVID. People from hospitality getting laid off or just tired of working hospitality jobs. I have a lot of students that work 2 part-time jobs and have no benefits. And so you can see that career changers, they are a big part of the students that come to us. And you can see the completion rates there. Our completion rate has gone up since I did this slide. It's back to 95%. And all of these programs articulate to a college degree. So we're not saying don't get a degree. We're just saying, come to us, get a great career, go to work, and then later on you can work on your college degree. And so students get articulation credits that can help them to get a degree at the time that they so desire. So that's just some initial information. I put on here our call center number. Also, you can email us. I think the best thing, and as Ms. Patricia said, my ask of you is to share this information with as many people as you can. I think one thing that's challenging for us is people know the college for degree programs. They just don't know the college for these great pathways that exist. And we just want to get the word out. It makes me really sad when I have 2 seats open in a class. I want all my classes full so that everybody can take advantage of this great opportunity. So I'm going to stop sharing, and if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer those for you.
Yes, let me go back to this. Thank you so much for the presentation. Go back to here to this is what I want, full screen. Very good information, great information. And so are there any questions that she could address? And I'll ask my questions later on. I recognize hand. I see Ms. Van hand is up.
Yes.
And then I see Ms. Van, go ahead and address your question.
My question is any of these courses offered at night, and what's the hours? Because if I know someone who has a job during the daytime, because they're trying to make ends meet, is it an opportunity for them to take an evening class, or all the classes offered during the daytime?
So that's a great question, and thank you for bringing that up. We have day and night classes, and we keep adding more classes. So as the programs get more popular, we will add a day class and a night class. But right now, I have an industrial maintenance technician class that starts in March, and it's at the downtown Pittman location. I don't know if you know what an industrial maintenance technician does, but they go into like manufacturing plants or distribution plants and work on equipment. Right now, Walmart came into the class. They will pay students $32 an hour. You work 3 12-hour shifts and you're considered full-time.
Wow, okay. In particular, the CDL, is the CDL just day?
No, it's day and night.
CDL is day and night, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what location?
West Campus,
Okay.
which is on Kirkman Road. And then we also have it down at the Osceola campus.
Okay, at the Kirkman. Okay, not Judge, but at the West.
Yeah.
Campus. Okay.
Unfortunately, when we moved into the warehouse district, I think the landlords didn't want students driving CDL trucks around the warehouse.
That's right.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand that.
Yeah. So I didn't win that battle.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Van, for that question. Dr. Idler had a question in the chat, and I'm gonna recognize Ms. Culbreth in just a second. Dr. Idler's question was, what is the criteria to
Yeah, that's a great question. So many of the programs do not even require a high school diploma or GED. I will tell you, like for healthcare, if you have a GED or a high school diploma, it's going to make employment a whole lot easier. But carpentry, you don't have to have a GED or high school diploma. Apartment maintenance, you don't have to have it. So there's many programs that can do that. We also have industries that are background tolerant. So for people with backgrounds, so like carpentry, distribution operations technician is background tolerant. There's some manufacturing positions that are background tolerant. And just so you know, our average age is 36. It's not 18. These are the career changers, people coming back to really start a career.
Very good. Thank you. Is there a follow-up, Dr. B?
Yes, I had a follow-up in regards to documentation, in regards to TPS residency. As we know, Central Florida is home to many migrant workers who may have TPS. Is there an opportunity for them as well, or what's the criteria as it relates to residency?
That's a great question. So some of the grants that we have do require residency, but I would say, you know, the goal is to help get them employed. So we had a student a couple of weeks ago that was from the Bahamas. He had a work visa. So as long as they can get employed, I think that, you know, we can work with them on that.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Culbreth.
Yes, so one of the questions, yes, thank you for having me. One of the questions that I have was, as far as accommodations for individuals with disabilities, I refer a lot of clients to, you know, when I do my vocational evaluations to hands-on on the job training programs, or programs that you have, do you guys provide appropriate accommodations, or do you have an Office of Disabilities for any accommodations that is needed for students who are with disabilities who are interested in these programs?
We do. We have an office for students with disabilities at Valencia, and we partner with them when we have a student. We had a student who was hearing impaired, who went through the carpentry program. And by the way, a lot of carpentry words don't translate to sign language, so it was very challenging. But the team rose to the occasion and helped the student get through the program.
Oh, wow.
There are some employer requirements. For example, you can't be hearing impaired and be a heavy equipment operator. You have to be able to hear the horn. So we would work with you on what the disabilities are and helping that student get into a program. The last thing I want is a student to take a 10-week program and they can't get employed. So we would help you with that.
Good question. Good question. Ms. Van, your hand is still up. Is it up from before, or you have another question? It's up from before. Are there any other questions? I've got a question. You showed a flyer earlier that listed the benefits and the barrier as far as like a Lynx bus pass and tuition. How can I get a copy of that flyer? Because if I post that flyer in areas, people need to see the benefits. I think some people need to see the benefits along with the training.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If I get a copy of that flyer, then they say, oh, I could do this, So
right. And right now we're working with pastors of churches. Our biggest challenge is just getting the word out to people in the community.
Yes.
So anything that you can do. We also have a food pantry in our lobby. We make sure students don't go hungry. We do a lot of pretty amazing things to help our students get through the program.
it sounds like it. Anybody else have any questions?
Marissa,
Nichols' questions was a great question.
Yeah. I did. I put those in the chat. I didn't know if Patricia had saw them out. Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you. Okay,
Marissa.
ask your question, please.
Yes, there was one was the flyer. Number one was the flyer asking, is there a flyer that we can use and advertise? And the second one is that, does the DOE or state employment agencies, are they involved and are they aware that this opportunity exists? And if not, how can they be part of that process?
Yeah, that may be something you could help me with. We do work with Career Source of Central Florida.
Okay.
And that's our connection with the unemployment, people who are on unemployment coming in to file. So we work directly with the Career Source of Central Florida for that. But I know that there's these veins out there that I have not tapped into. So anytime that you can find something, we would greatly appreciate you helping us. And I'll definitely get to Miss Patricia a flyer that you guys can post on your social media. Great. And anything that you can do to help us. And here's the big thing too. If you have not seen our new center, I'd love to give you a tour. So please, I put my email in the chat and just email me, and I'd love to have you come over and do a tour, because seeing it is believing. It's beautiful.
One of the suggestions that I have, Dr. Carolyn, is maybe there are about 5 or 6 vocational rehabilitation offices here through the Department of Education, and so many of our students get let down because they don't have the appropriate high school diploma, or they have a low GED and they cannot get access to this type of program. I didn't know about this program, and I've been referring students to college for 5 years. So maybe targeting some of these vocational rehabilitation counselors to let them know that these programs are available. So when students come and say, hey, I want to do this, then they have other options to refer these students to, instead of just telling them, hey, you don't qualify for school, but here's another option that you may qualify for.
That's
Perfect,
great.
perfect.
And any help you can give me with that. And you bring up a good point too, that every student who completes our program gets to say that they're a Valencia graduate.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Ken Peach, if you had a comment in chat, you want to state your comment, Ken? Thanks for joining us tonight, Ken.
Certainly, thank you. You may be aware that small nonprofits like ours, we only have 5 employees, are getting huge federal money coming through. Across the local health councils of the state, a $10 million HRSA grant came in for vaccine hesitancy. $1 million of that is coming to us, and I only have 9 months to spend it. It seems like a really wonderful position to be in, but it's very difficult to try and staff up and get this thing going. So I put the information over in chat. We're looking to bring people on immediately. I've got the 3 managers in different areas ready to hire. I'm afraid I'm not going to make the gentleman from Orange County happy, Samuel. I'm sorry, I'm paying 19 an hour, but we do need as many people on board as we possibly can, as quickly as we can for this.
Okay.
So that's what I put out there. Thank you.
And I just had a class of 20 clinical medical assistants just graduate at the WD Judd Drive location.
Well, you send them over. Thank you.
So I've got my email in the chat. If you would just email me, I'll connect you with the people, and that would be great.
Terrific. I'm literally, I spent most of today putting together the documentation, everything that's necessary. So we'll have it all ready we have another planning meeting tomorrow evening, and then we'll be ready to go out. So I will send it over to you. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And this is a great opportunity for me to put in the plug for the Pine Hills Community Council. For those who are not a member of the council, this is why you need to become a member of the Pine Hills Community Council. We have membership, and it's not a matter of your money. It's a matter of helping us keeping these things like this going. Our Zoom, our Facebook, getting the word out. So if you go to our website, it's pinehills.info. Did I have that right? Pinehills.info. Go to our website and become a member of the Pine Hills Community Council. There's all type of membership level. The student membership is only $5 a year. The seniors only $15 a year. The adults is only $20 a year. Agencies is only $50 a year. And there's benefits for coming in as an agent's donor, a partnership. Then there's organizations only $100 a year. And these are things that we do for you in the community. Advertise your business. Your business will be placed on our Facebook. Your business will be placed on our website. But it takes, like you say, manpower to get these things done. This is a perfect opportunity because this has been a great meeting of networking and connection. And this is what the council want to do, is to bring the resources to the communities and help the businesses connect like you all are connecting tonight. So thank you all for engaging as well tonight. So that was my advertisement for the council. Anybody else want to come in and have questions for either Ken, or he's a member of the council, his organization, he's joined the council, he's a member of the council, so he can take questions about his business and anything about Carolyn. Anybody? Okay. So yeah, Carolyn, you get the information to us as far as those flyers, we can help get those out, because I'm thinking about, I know your program has been in the jail for a while. I think Chief Riley, when she was the chief of the jail, she the one that helped brought that program into Orange County Jail.
She did. She's the catalyst, and she gets all the credit. She is such a great friend of mine, and I just adore her.
Yes, she's a friend of mine. We worked together before Orange County stole her. She worked for the State Florida Department of Corrections, where I retired from.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so we go way back. So I know she brought that program there. So I said all that to say this, I still have connection and communicate with my coworkers at Florida Department of Corrections. So I take flyers there because there's people that's on probation, but they're not convicted felon. So, and they're looking for, not everybody on probation want to be on probation. There's a lot of them wants to successfully transition back into the community. And that's really why I started volunteering in the community, because as a probation officer, we lack the resources to bring to the offenders to successfully transition back into the community. I was sharing earlier with Marissa, your Joyce Jocelyn, she's gone. One of the things I did, one of the things I did as a probation officer, I partnered with vocational rehab and brought them in to talk to our offenders, let them know the benefit of vocational rehab. So I don't want to get into all that, but still, I need those flyers so I can be able to take them to the officers, and those officers know who they can refer that will be successful in transitioning back into the community. and that, you know, was successful can complete the program. They're looking for this information.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
if was
Absolutely.
there any more questions? Did I miss anything in the chat? Any more comments? So, okay, thank you. We are on schedule 7:15. And I want to gear our committees. We have several, the Pine Hills Community Council has the last couple of years been working really hard in different committees. So I want to give our committees an opportunity. Our anti-litter code enforcement committee, legislative committee, our education committee, and the MLK committee. And they have any updates they want to bring to the community. And then after that, I want to hear community input, because we want to make sure that the council is bringing what you want from the community and make sure that we're meeting your needs and not just giving you things that we want you to hear, but be sure that we're meeting your needs. So let's hear from our committees first. Dr. Nichols with your anti-litter and code enforcement community. Are there any updates?
No, just basically we are focusing this year. We did a lot last year in getting the community engaged, as well as working with partners. So we're looking at doing the same thing this year, but amplifying it, where we're partnering with Robbinswood and Evans. We're looking at some ventures there to help with the cleanup initiatives. We do cleanups. We did cleanups last year, almost every month. And although those make a difference, we're trying to get the word out that littering is illegal. So hashtag littering is illegal, because we see that happening so frequently, where people get out of their cars at a Publix and they just dump everything out of the car into the parking lot. So we're trying to help individuals share the word and spread the word. We have an anti-littering educational coloring book called Lucky Litter, and we are going to be getting into our schools this year, as well as our primary centers, and trying to help share that word at that educational level with the children, and then hopefully take that and hopefully they'll take it home and expand it out. So we're doing a lot of that. We're also working with Robbinswood this year, Archer's Day. That's coming up on March 5th, and we're going to be working with the community in Pine Hills and cleaning up the litter and trees and over things like that that are outside and that need to be removed. We're also looking at working with FDOT, having some meetings, some focus groups, identifying specific areas of Pine Hills, such as I mentioned earlier about the Passion, and my backdrop behind me, Orange Center, which is beautiful. And how can we help our area get to that point, like communities? So we're working really diligently with our businesses. NID, I think Sam may have jumped off, but we want to work with what the resources that we have and engage and involve all, so that way we can see the change in Pine Hills happen and continue to happen over time and be sustainable. That's the whole thing. It's sustainability, and encouraging that through the educational piece, through the partnerships, and the cleanups that we do as volunteers, making those expand more. So that's basically what's happening this year. Very focused, very targeted, and we want to engage all partnerships to help us to do so, as well as our political leaders.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Nichols. Any questions from the audience for our anti-litter committee, code enforcement committee? Okay. The legislative and economic redevelopment, that's not a whole lot. Ken, I'm sorry. Ken, go ahead and ask a question.
The question came up at the meeting last night, and I have a question to go along with the meeting. If we added 100 trash containers to the Pine Hills area, would that create change? And the point is, well, I would like to know what the anti-litter committee would think.
I'll address that as much as I know, Tom. Ken, it's a great question. And as we know, we've all been working before me. This is my second year on the committee as the chair, and I see the trash cans next to the Lynx bus stops, and then I go out and I pick up trash outside of the Lynx bus stops that are empty. So it's a matter, the education, the minds, the perception and the mental state and all that has to change about what littering is. And it's illegal. People don't know that littering is illegal. So the more we're out there and communicating it and sharing it and making individuals aware that littering is illegal, and there's an ordinance that's there, they can choose to either, like at the Publix on West Colonial Drive and Good Homes Road, there's a trash can right there in front of the store. Individuals get out of the car and they dump the litter outside of the car. So, you know, that I don't know if it would make a difference. I mean, perhaps it may, but again, I think it all goes back to that perception, changing that perception. And we see my backdrop behind me, which is Orange Center, is Central Boulevard in Tampa there, that Kill community. That's the lake. And that area a year and a half ago was, I mean, litter filled. So it's changing the perception that littering is illegal, and you're seeing those signs there and the education is happening there. So I believe that trash cans perhaps may help, but is that the root cause?
That's a good point. And I'm gonna address the question too. And so the question was, would trash cans help if you have 20 trash cans in Pine Hills? There's a couple of things. We just, Sam just said he has a difficult time now even trying to recruit one person to help pick up litter. And so can you imagine what it would be like if we got someone to try to empty these 20 trash cans? I mean, it sounds like it's a great idea, but look at the manpower or someone to be on the rotation shift to pick up these trash cans. Back to Dr. Nichols' point, and we need to move on to the next committee, is that it's going to take a buy-in.
Quick question on
the question is, I'm sorry, Dr. B.
No, I had a question. So does Orange County or the city of Orlando have a litter officer? So if we start pairing consequences with action, so if they catch somebody or littering, have them issue a fine to that individual, then maybe that consequence will begin to resonate.
Very good question. And we don't know that, but we are planning, write that question down, Dr. Nichols, unless you have it down already, but we are planning to meet with our county commissioners and the code enforcement and FDOT as a team to see if they have a litter officer. That's a very good point. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna go on to the next committee because we're gonna stay on time. Legislative, and unless we have any more conversation about the code enforcement, I don't want to cut it short.
Patricia.
Yes, who's talking?
This is Pamela May from Hiawassee. I was just wondering in regards whether if you had signs put up to say that littering is illegal, would that help? Because I don't see any signs along the road that states that, and then all along Hiawassee Road to Silver Star, there's always dumping litters. So I don't know if adding signs, if that would help, if that's something to think about.
You address that, Dr. Nichols, because we've addressed that, yes.
Yes, oh my goodness, yes, that's a wonderful question. And to say that we have been asking for signs. Eatonville, if you go down Kennedy Boulevard, there's a welcome to Eatonville. Let's keep our community clean, beautiful. I don't have the exact verbiage, but we have been asking for that. And that is something that's on our list when we go to in front. Is to ask for signage. We love our community. Welcome to Pine Hills. And just have those out there so that folks are aware that we care about our community. Let's keep it clean, littering. So the more that we can get it embedded to passerbyers, because we have so many in our area, on our major corridors and on our streets, that littering is illegal, and also for our residents as well. It's going to be beneficial for us to start embedding that we care about our community. We don't, the litter is unacceptable. And perhaps, like Dr. Itler said, the compliance of it, right? There's a code compliance of it, or the enforcement. There's no more enforcement, but I shouldn't say it that way, but the compliance piece of it has to happen as well with the signage. We've gotten the signs put up on Hiawassee several times, but some have been taken down due to construction. But again, there's only a few, there's maybe one or two, there's not many. So we need to address that. That's part of our questions.
And even on a, thank you, good question. Even on a larger scale, the county need to invest in some billboards.
Yes.
FDOT could invest in some billboards, huge billboards, like we had this thing say, click it a ticket. And people read those signs, click it a ticket.
Yeah.
And we understood that. Texas, I understand, has billboards that's fighting against litter, and they billboards say, don't mess with Texas. So when and the Texas resident know what that means. Don't mess with Texas. Don't put no mess out there on the ground in Texas, or you will be subject to fine. So yes, we have those a good observation. So by you all saying what you're saying, just let us know that we're on the right track when we approach the people that we need to talk to. It's not just our conversation, but this is the community conversation.
Yeah, and Patricia, I'm gonna add one more comment, and I promise I will go on mute and stay on mute. And
I'm gonna write that down.
I promise. But here's the thing. Here's our thoughts with this is that when you travel between certain parts of Colonial Highway 50, let's just I'm gonna give you an example here, and you can drive it yourself. You can go on Highway 50 west from Orange Blossom Trail, and then going past to Tampa Avenue, and you travel west all the way on Highway 50 down to Good Homes Road. Notice the difference. Just do some observations. And this is what we're concerned with. This is just one example. So when you're on the east side of Tampa or Orange Blossom Trail, notice the difference of the keptness of the highway there. And then if you're on the traveling westbound on Highway 50, west of Good Homes Road, notice the upkeep. Between that, it's like night and day. It's like you're in a bombshell, so to speak. And I use that. I mean, it's really not to take lightly, but you can see the difference of the upkeep. And this example behind me, my backdrop, is the same thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next one is our other committee. So as we talk about these committees and you have these great ideas, if you want to join us to make a difference, go to our website, go to committee, click on and sign up for any committee that you want to sign up for, as long as you're a member of the council. The other committee is our Legislative Economic Redevelopment Committee. And the only update I have for that committee is that we been following the proposed liquor store that want to be built on the corner of Powers Drive and Clark-Corner Road. And we got a word today from that area is in District 2, which is County Commissioner District 2. And the council is the council is for redevelopment. And the council is for redevelopment, which will make a positive impact on our community. For some reason, we tend to want to have overload our area with liquor stores and pawn shop and gun stores and all these things that attract a magnet for crime. So we approached the Board of County Commissioner last year about this proposal of a liquor store that was coming. And that owner has the right to build whatever you want to build on his property, as long as it's in the zoning code. But there was a problem there where he was wanting to build, there's a church across the street, less than 1,000 feet. And we called that attention. So the county went out and measured, and it is less than 1,000 feet. So it's been over a year now and they have not built. So we just follow up today. I want y'all to know that we did follow up with the Orange County Commissioner. And as of today, that liquor store has been denied for coming up in that area because of in violation of that 1,000 feet ordinance. However, the owner can petition a variance. And when he does petition that variance, it would have to be a community meeting. And when that happens, we will keep you posted. And I'm going to need all the community to come out, if that ever happens, to come to the community meeting and speak your a piece about why we do not want another liquor store right there on the corner of Clark-Corner Road, when we got several along that strip already. So that's the latest on our economic development. Any questions on economic development? And these committees meet apart from our monthly, like we're having this general meeting now. We have committee meetings that we meet apart from this time to discuss issues and be able to bring the meat of the information back to you on a monthly basis. The anti-litter and code enforcement committee meets once a month. They meet every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Dr. Nichols is on the button. It's only an hour, so you're gonna be in and out with the business in an hour on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. The economic committee meets on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and we in and out at 7. And the next committee is the education committee. Is Sandra Fatmion. She was on here earlier. We meet the third Tuesday of each month at 10 o'clock in the morning. I saw her on here earlier. She's not on here right now, but I'm gonna give an update of what education.
Yes, she said that she's having connection issues. She said the text message.
Okay. So what we are working on, thank you, Pastor Joey, because he's a part of the education committee. What we're working on is partnering with the schools for a community service program. And this is a way of getting our students involved and understand the value of volunteering and putting in community service hours. So we're putting together a proposal to work with our different schools, to send it to the schools. And every semester is 4 times a year, we will recognize a 9th grader, a 10th grader, no, it's not 9th grader, a 10th grader, 11th grader, and 12th, it's a 4 students every quarter. Recognize them for their outstanding service and civic engagement. And this is a way to get them involved in the county as a whole, and also satisfy some of those requirements to get community service work in, and also become partners with the Pine Hills Community Council. So we're working on our guidelines and our criteria to be able to send these out to our different schools to get them involved in civic engagement. So that's what it's going to take, but get our young people now involved and interested in civic engagement. So that's what the education committee is now. We're finalizing that program right now. And so the other one is the MLK, and like you said, Sandra's having difficult signing on. So we're going to take it to open forum. If any of the committee member, anyone here wants to have a conversation now, this is your opportunity now to have an open forum with the discussion. We got about 15 minutes. Anybody wants to share anything?
I want to say that last night with the education committee meeting, it was very, very informative. It was such a blessing to find out there was this one young man that's going to Princeton, full ride scholarship. And I thought that was very fulfilling to know that in Pine Hills, we have a representative, a young man to represent Pine Hills that's going to Princeton High School. So that being said, you know, the United Foundation committee meeting that I attended on last night was very, very, very resourceful, and I was well pleased to be a parent, to be out there too.
Thank you for being there. I just want to make one little slight correction. That meeting was really hosted by the Central Florida Urban League and the Pine Hills Community Council, along with the United Foundation of Central Florida and those World Scholar students who's a part of the United Foundation of Central Florida. We all partnered with the Urban League, but it was sponsored and put on by the Urban League. And you're right, Pine Hills is full of great potential. Ken is aren't you a product of the Evans School, a Pine Hills area with his own business? You know, we're full of great potential. My son, who's a graduate of Evans High School, I don't know when he finished school, but he has his own trucking company in Texas. Not one 18-wheeler, not two 18-wheelers, not three 18-wheelers. He owns 4 18-wheelers, so he's a small businessman. So Evans has that in the community. I need someone to mute their phone. Miss Pam. So Evans is full of that of potential there. It's just that we need to be the one to write out. We need to be the one to write our own narrative about who we are, and not let the media and anybody else write our narrative. And Joyce, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for being there, because now you heard about what's in the Evans community. It's been there all a while. We just we need to tell our own story, because we could tell it best. But thanks for sharing that. Thank you very much. But I had to make sure that we got it right as to who hosted that, because the Central Florida Urban League, one of our partners, and one of the United Foundation partners. Anybody else want to comment, make an observation? Or what do you want us to bring? You as a listening audience, what type of topics you would like for us to bring to you? Any feedback? None, okay. Well, we could end this meeting early. And no one else have anything to say, we can end this meeting early. Be sure to go to our website, and if you're not a member, check us out. We meet the first Tuesday of every month at 6 o'clock, from 6 until 8 o'clock, and we'll look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Again, thank you so much for coming out, and Dr. Carolyn, I look forward to those flyers. Okay, everybody, you have a great day. Good evening. Thank you. Good meeting. Bye-bye.